Hi class, this is my final reflection on the digital narratives class. And I thought I'd start by kind of giving you a walkthrough of my life or my work area. As you can see, this is my office. I have instructional design stuff. It's really boring. Anyway, so this is the final course reflection, and I wanted to first talk about what this course meant to me individually as a writer. The course was, in comparison to other courses that I've taken in this class, wasn't as heavy on development skills. I did use my development skills later on in the quarter with the digital narratives that I did a short story with, but overall I would consider this more of a theory class, and we did do a lot of reading and a lot of writing. And I think that so far in my through my graduate program, this has been my favorite class. It's really pushed me into a new direction as a writer and as a person, really, because I think this class actually coincided with the birth of my first child, and my theme of this class was actually the journey of becoming a father. And the stories I wrote and the essays that I wrote were kind of framed with that in mind. My favorite pieces that I wrote was a short story for my son, which was called, the short story was called The Young Wolf. I just wrote it. It was about the first wolf who became a dog, and that's kind of age appropriate for maybe 8 or 9 year olds. And then my other story that I wrote is actually not a story, but a narrative, a letter to my unborn child, which was 2 days before he was born. I wrote a letter to him. It was one of the projects from the from the index of different projects that we could have chosen in that DS 106. What I did learn in this class was that you need to become a better writer, you need to write regularly. And that was the reason why I felt like my writing has been struggling up until this point, was that, you know, as a professional, we're writing a lot of emails, I write a lot of documentation, but I don't write a lot of creative writing, and I don't think about narrative very often in my day-to-day life. And having to do that for this class really pushed me as a writer. And I also want to talk about quantity versus quality. Oftentimes we try to make things perfect, and we're looking at the quality of writing versus the quantity of writing. And oftentimes we focus so much on the quality, we forget about quantity and practice. And this is what this class was. We were all pounding out 3 essays a week. And by pushing yourself as a writer in just the volume of writing, that has improved my writing tremendously. And instead of like dwelling on the mistakes I made in my other projects, I was able to just push forward onto the next project. I think that Lori and whoever designed this course, I actually really value that. I value that we were able to write tons and tons of volume for this class. At first I was like, oh my god, we gotta write 3 essays a week, that's ridiculous. But then, you know, over time it became easier, and I became a better writer because of it. My takeaways from this class are also that we as a community, you know, our peer reviews, I could see your guys' work changing and improving over time, as well as the digital aspect of the class became very interesting. We started off with just mainly writing essays, but then we started introducing multimedia into our projects, and there's a lot of value in that. I was reading one of the articles that I found online was about learning disabilities and writing. Oftentimes, as we build courses, even in the college level and K-12, we focus a lot on just the reading and writing skills. But people may not be great readers or writers, especially people with learning differences or learning disabilities, but yet they still have stories to tell. They still have really great original ideas. And the digital narrative, or having them be able to do a video like this one I'm making right now, do an audio format, having them edit it back later, gives people with learning differences an opportunity to tell their stories as well. And I'm going to take that with me when I design new courses. I'm going to encourage my faculty to allow students to turn in their assignments in different formats, or give some certain types of assignments, encourage them to look at different formats other than just writing. All right, anyway, so I'd like to thank Lori and the rest of the class for doing such a great job, giving me such great feedback. I've enjoyed watching your pieces and reading your essays as well throughout the quarter. And have a great holidays. And this has been a really life-changing experience being in this class. Thanks.